So now we'll continue from the stack code we did last time. We ideally now want to display the three pushed elements, followed by we will do a pop. And when I do a pop, which number do you think will get popped out? Will it be 23, 34 or 46? Now 23 was inserted first, then 34 was inserted next, then 46 was inserted. So the last one to be inserted was 46. So pop basically takes out the last number. Yeah. So pop should reduce it, and then we should get displayed 23 and 34. Now let us see how pop can be implemented. For pop, the code type was int pop and no input values. And what we simply do is we will say a return value is equal to stack top. We make top is equal to top minus 1, and we return. Now this is a new concept. We can return a value, and this return variable is returned to the main program. So when I call pop here, it returns something, and I could call it r is equal to pop. So whatever pop function pops will be stored in the r variable. Now we won't use it as of now, but I'm just showing you how a value can be returned from a function. And we say return value, and it should return it. Let us see what happens. 23, 34, 46 should get inserted. Then a display should happen. Then one number should be popped out, which is 46. And then again display should happen. Compile and run. We have missed out certain things. We have not declared R. So we need to declare R. Even in the pop function, was there something to be declared? Top is already there. Stack is already there. We need to declare this return variable. Now this return variable, I could have called it R also, but just not to avoid confusion, I've named it return value, so that you don't get confused with this variable R which is kept here. So return value. Now let us see whether it gives an error. And now we see the first time stack contained 23, 34, 46. In between 23 and 34 is left, 46 is gone, and that is what we expected to happen. We can check the value of R to see whether we got 46 here. So I could say printf number popped is %d, and I could say R, and I'll be able to see the value of R which is popped out. /n, compile and run, and what do we see? Stack contains 23, 34, 46. Number popped is 46, and stack contains 23, 34. Now there are an important part in both the display functions and the push functions and the pop function is, should we put an additional condition? Now when should we stop popping numbers out of this function? What is the criteria when we should stop popping? So the reason is, whenever our top becomes -1, that means there is no more number left. We should not keep trying to pop after the stack is empty. So we will printf and say stack is empty, and we return -1, and -1 we will signify as that stack is empty as an error. So if top is equal to -1, we should say stack is empty. Similarly, what is the piece of if condition we should add in the push function? When should we return the push and not implement the push? When instead of the stack is empty, when the stack is full. Now when does stack become full? Stack becomes full when the array cannot take any more new numbers. What is the maximum size of our stack? We have kept it as 9, that is 0 to 9, 10 numbers. So if top becomes 9, we should say sorry, stack is full, we can't do it. In pop, when the stack became -1, we said sorry, stack is empty. And this return is a way of returning this -1 to this variable int, and through the process -1 will get returned here. Okay, so let's implement this and see what happens. We will as of now just run and see our previous code, is it running as expected, and that has not changed because anyway we have not reached the state of emptiness. But if I pop 2 more times, 34 will go, 23 will go. So let's do that. So I call pop, Control C, one more time and one more time. Let's see what happens. And now you can see stack contains some numbers, then number popped is 46, number popped is 24, number popped is 23, and now the stack contains emptiness, nothing. Now the challenge is, if I pop it one more time, what will it say? Shall we try? We'll call pop one more time. Now this is actually not a good thing, it's empty. We are trying to pop from an empty stack, but let us see what happens. And as expected, it says stack is empty, number popped is -1. I mean, it's not really a number, it is saying an error, but it gave the message stack is empty. How do we check for stack is full? Instead of popping it so many times, we'll delete this code. What should we do instead of popping it so many times? We should push numbers into it. So let's say 23, 34, 46. We add new numbers, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 101. Now how many numbers should come? 3 numbers were entered here, then 1 was popped. So we have 2 numbers left. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's see till which number it keeps pushing before it says stack is full. And you can see it said stack is full at some point, because after 91, when we try to insert 101, it said I don't have any more position, so it said stack is full. So let's understand this code a bit more better. When we push in too many numbers like this, at some point the push function said, listen, my top has reached 9, I cannot make it bigger than what you have declared it. We had declared the stack to be 10 only. If we say stack is 20, then it could have supported it. But since we said stack is 10, it cannot support any more numbers, so it had said stack is full. So that is a kind of error message which comes when these functions don't work. But essentially we implemented 2 functions, a push function and a pop function. Yes. I will just run through show the code slowly, so that in case you want to implement it, you can see the code. And this is the push code. You can pause it here. And this is the pop code. And finally, this is the display code. So do implement stack. Thank you, students.